Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gage Hawley.
I'm Adam Katz, and we are live for the Monrovia versus Park Tudor basketball game. The big story tonight is Tristan Buffkin is back from a season-long suspension for transferring from Center Grove, while Isaiah Moore is also back from serving a suspension.
I mean, this game is huge. It's not only senior night for Spencer Hogue, a starter, star point guard, great hustler for the team all season, but Tristan Buffkins is returning. Isaiah Moore is returning. Actually, Tristan Buffkins not only returning, but debuting for this varsity team. A lot to be excited about tonight.
Park Tudor comes in to this game 7-14 overall, but going off a 4-game winning streak, and with all of these players back, Park Tudor's having a lot of momentum going into this tournament.
And now they are going to be introducing starters. Starters for Monrovia Bulldogs will be number 11, Josh Smith, number 33, and star player Max Newman. Looks like it'll also be number 20, Chase McLeod. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be, I'll get back to those starters in a second. But for right now, starters for the Park Tudor Panthers are going to be number 3, returning Isaiah Moore, number 15, Kadafi Honecker, number 4, Spencer Hogue, number 21, Ronald Johnson, and number 1, Tristan Buffkins. And what a dream lineup for this team. Never would have been expected by the beginning of the season that this would happen.
Tristan Buffkins has been so excited for this game that he actually set a timer until the start of this game tonight and has been daily checking it throughout the day.
I had a chance to talk to him before the game as I was walking in. He said he has been preparing for this game for 3 years now, ever since he got into high school. This was the game he was preparing for, his debut game. I'm excited, you're excited, the fans are excited, he's excited, everyone's excited. Let's hope he capitalizes.
This is a cross-conference game. Park Tudor this season is 3-4 in conference play, while Monrovia is 3-3. Monrovia is 14-8 and 23rd in 2A, and also 158th in the state of Indiana. And we are about to be off.
And the tip-off happened, and that'll be tipped to number 11, Smith, with the rebound. With the successful tip. Bentley has the ball up top. Gives it back to Smith. Smith gives it to the last starter, Nagel. Nagel to McLeod. McLeod back to Nagel. Gives it to Smith. Smith has Bentley. Bentley drives, goes all the way in for the bucket. Rejected by Tristan Buffkins, as Isaiah Moore has the ball, gives it to Ronald Johnson. Ronald Johnson pulls up for 3, and it is good.
Park Tudor is coming out firing into this game, and Tristan is on his feet, ready for this game to take it over.
First block right away. Looks like his foot was on the line, though. Ronald Johnson's, that is, so it will be a 2-point shot as Nagel has it up top. Gives it to McLeod, back to Nagel in the corner. Gives it down to star player, who kicks it back out to Smith. Star player Max Newman, that is, averaging 18 points a game. Has it down low, dribbles it in. Gets stripped, though, by Isaiah Moore off Newman's league. Park Tudor ball. That's how you start the first minute of a basketball game right there.
Well, definitely they're coming out with a lot of energy. Tristan helping out on defense, causing that turnover. If it wasn't for his help, then Newman would have had an easy bucket there.
Looks like the Bulldogs are going to be going a 2-3 zone, which is a little questionable because Park Tudor has been proven to be such a great shooting team. As Tristan Buffkins has the ball, ends up getting it stripped, though, by Newman. Gets back, though. Not really Tristan's fault, just a kind of a tip pass. It's all right, though. Park Tudor still on their feet as 22 Bentley brings the ball up. Bentley has it. Gives it to Smith. Smith out to Nagel. Nagel to McLeod. McLeod to Nagel in the right corner. Gives it back to McLeod. Swings it to Smith. Back to Bentley. Bentley takes a screen from Newman. Gives it down low to Smith. Smith goes up with it. And it's good for the layup. 2-2 tie game. 6 minutes left in the quarter. Isaiah Moore is taking the ball up. Gives it to Spencer Hogue. Hogue to Johnson. Johnson to Moore. Moore back to Johnson. Johnson dribbles it out, kicks it to Hogue. Hogue down low to Honecker, great pass. Doesn't capitalize though, kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson has it up top. Great defense, great perimeter defense, especially for a 2-3 zone. Johnson has the ball up top. Dribbles it out, has to slow it down. Very good defense by the Bulldogs thus far. Moore has it on the wing. Gives it to Johnson, who's wide open for 3. But it looks like there's going to be called an offensive push-off on number 4, Spencer Hogue.
Definitely, that was a great defensive session by Monrovia. They kept Park Tudor out of the paint, not letting them have easy shots.
But Park Tudor going with the press right now, which I think is a great call by Coach Shelton because of how much more athletic this Park Tudor team is than Monrovia, who seems to be tall and built, but not as athletic and scrawny as Park Tudor. As the press is on, they give it to Nagel. Nagel back to Smith. Smith up to Bantley. Bantley breaks it. Bantley drives up. Ends up getting stolen by Tristan, who tips it back to Spencer Hogue. Hogue has it, gives it to Tristan. Tristan drives in, kicks it out though, and that's going to be Isaiah Moore for 3. No good on the return. As it gives it out to Gaddafi Honecker, who gives it to Spencer Hogue, slowing down the pace now. Park Tudor playing really good defense thus far, other than the one easy layup. Tristan Buffkins has it, drives corner, kicks it to Spencer Hogue. Hogue for the mid-range, and it's good. Assist by Tristan Buffkins. 4-2, Park Tudor up with 4:50 left in the quarter.
Park Tudor tonight just coming out with great intensity. They've been lacking that when Isaiah was out, but now Park Tudor seems to be one of the most energized teams on the court that we've seen all season.
Ball tipped out by Spencer Hogue, going to be passing it in as Nagel passes it in to star player Newman, who we haven't mentioned yet thus far, but is 6'7", just a tall white boy for the Monrovia Bulldogs. Smith has the ball. Kicks it out to McLeod, has it. Gives it to Smith. Smith drives. Looks like he was about to, they called, that will be a foul on number 21, Ronald Johnson, for the push-off. A little miscommunication there. Nevertheless, going to be Smith taking the ball out from the sideline. Gives it into Nagel. Nagel kicks it to Bantley. Bantley almost gets it stripped by Spencer Hogue, nowhere though, as he kicks it over to Nagel. Nagel to McLeod, who gives it to Smith, who shoots a 3. No good, in and out, as Buffkins gets on the ground for the rebound, gives it to Isaiah Moore, who takes out the ball. 3-2 fast break, kicks it over, but kicks it back. They end up having to slow it down. No, they don't. Ronald Johnson drives and gets fouled on the shot. That'll be on number 20, Chase McLeod. That'll be McLeod's first.
Well, definitely with Isaiah and Tristan back, 2 offensive threats, it gives Ronald Johnson a lot more freedom. Ronald Johnson had to create all of his shots when those 2 were out. And definitely with Ronald Johnson having a lot more freedom, he'll score a lot more.
Ronald Johnson for the first shot. 4 minutes left. Park Tudor up 4-2. No good, off the back rim. And Ronald Johnson seems to be very streaky free throw shooter. Sometimes he's on, others he's just not. As he's going to have his 1 shot left. No substitutions thus far in the game. Johnson goes up for the free throw, and it's good. 5-2. Park Tudor up 3. And they're continuing with the press as they pass it into McLeod. McLeod gets it stolen by Ronald Johnson, who ends up getting fouled as soon as he steals it by number 24, Ben Nagel. That will be Nagel's first foul of the game.
Although Monrovian's been able to break the press relatively easy, it's been speeding them up and causing bad turnovers on the offensive end.
Ronald Johnson, corner 3, wide open. No good, as Smith brings out the rebound, but it's double teamed by Hogue and Buffkins, but ends up getting it out to Newman. Newman drives it, trying to take it coast to coast, ends up giving it back. Wide open 3 from Bantley, no good. Buffkins on the rebound. Buffkins gets it up the court, passes it to Ronald Johnson. Oh, but just overthrows him. Tristan, so far, what have you thought of his performance in the first part of the first quarter?
Defensively, he's done a spectacular job, causing a lot of turnovers. Offensively, he needs to calm down a little bit. But that's a little bit of excitement for not playing the whole season.
But that was a great steal, saving it from out of bounds with Spencer Hogue as Tristan tries taking in the layup. Once again, just a little out of control on that layup. Nevertheless, Park Tudor still up 5-2 as the pace finally slows down with Pantley taking the ball up. He tries to pop the 3, but ends up not shooting. Gives it to Newman, who drives on Gaddafi, and with the bucket. Easy layup, 5-4. Park Tudor still up, 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Newman has a big size advantage on Gaddafi, strength-wise and height-wise, and it'll be interesting to see throughout the night how Gaddafi will deal with it defensively.
Isaiah Moore has the ball up top, gives it to Spencer Hogue. Hogue back to Moore. Moore in the corner. That will be a 3 by Ronald Johnson. Great shot right there. As now Bantley tries to take it back up. Is getting double teamed, but ends up getting the ball to Newman, who gives it to McLeod, who ends up breaking it, who gives it back to Bantley. Bantley tries driving. Another block by Tristan Buffkins. Gets the rebound, goes on a fast break. Gives a pass to Gaddafi, who kicks it out to Hogue, who kicks it out to Moore, who kicks it back to Johnson, who kicks it out to Tristan. Tristan drives baseline, up with the layup. Oh, no good. Almost his first buckets of the season.
The crowd was on their feet just now, hoping that he was going to make his first shot.
It's all right, though. Still plenty of game left as there's 2 minutes left in the first. Park Tudor up 4. Nagel has the ball. Kicks it to Smith. Smith back to Bantley. Bantley in the corner to McLeod. McLeod right back to Bantley, slowing up the pace. Park Tudor playing great, man. As the ball is given to Nagel. Nagel out for 3, and it's good. Little open on there. Ronald tried overplaying the help defense and not enough guarding on his man. 8-7, Park Tudor up.
That was just great ball movement there by Monrovia.
Ronald Johnson has the ball, kicks it to Hogue. Hogue kicks it to Tristan. Tristan up again. Oh, no good, just short. Had the open layup, but great defense by Newman, who ends up not letting it be as open as it looked. Bantley is slowing down the pace once again as he's taking the ball up. Gives it out to Smith, who gives it to Nagel. Nagel gives it to McLeod, but McLeod just travels, picks up his pivot.
Both teams seem to be a little fatigued at this point. There hasn't been many stoppages of plays and no subs throughout this first quarter. Park Tudor does have a lot more depth than Monrovia does.
Isaiah Moore has the ball up top, and that is very true. Monrovia, on average, plays around 7 kids a game. But speaking of what's going on in the game, that's going to be an offensive foul on Tristan Buffkins, who hasn't had a great offensive game yet, hasn't been able to get it going, but whose defensive game has been spectacular thus far. As Bantley takes the ball up, Spencer Hogue guarding him somewhat tightly as he crosses half court. Gives it up top to Newman. Newman holding the shot up top, looking like he's saving it for the last shot with still 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. Maybe
Park Tudor seems to be laying off right now, signifying that they want them to give him that last second shot.
Looks like a lot of them are heavily breathing, though, so maybe it's less of them wanting to give him the shot, but saving their energy for something more important, like late in the game. As there's 20 seconds left, he's just holding the ball up top as their coach.
15 seconds left. 11, 10, 9.
Coach Swafford yells quarters at them, and it looks like, oh, and driving in, kicks it out. McLeod for 3 on Isaiah Moore, hits it. Great 3 by McLeod, making up easily for his travel call. Park Tudor down 8-10 at the end of the first.
Definitely seen that first quarter. Park Tudor's defensive effort, great job, but Tristan will start hitting his shots in this second quarter. He's been getting wide open shots, making open shots for this whole team. Definitely big story for tonight is Tristan and their chemistry. Park Tudor's playing with this team for the first time all season, and they have one game to do it before tournament time. And how they mesh together is going to be interesting for this tournament.
And the chemistry might be a little off at first, but hopefully by the end of the game, our shots will start falling, our defense will get up, and Park Tudor will come out with the win as they are right now down 2 after playing what I thought was a pretty solid first quarter. Monrovia coming out of the gate late in the first, very hot though.
Keys to the game tonight, Park Tudor, do not be intimidated by Monrovia's height. Monrovia has corn-fed boys, and they are much bigger than Park Tudor, and how Park Tudor will deal with that is how they're going to win this game. Also, Park Tudor needs to make shots. In that first quarter, they had a lot of open shots, and we're missing a lot of them. Monrovia, on the other hand, get the ball down low. Park Tudor does not have height, and they do not have the strength to keep up with Monrovia. Monrovia did a spectacular job first quarter by getting it inside and then dishing it out. And also, make Park Tudor shoot also. Park Tudor struggles shot-wise, but with 2 players back, it'll be hard to determine whether it'll be a good shooting team.
And that's great analysis by killer commentator Adam Katz, as it looked like, the Bulldogs made 2 substitutions, Jeffrey Newland and Jalen Sprague. As Park Tudor has the ball up top, Isaiah Moore has it, kicks it out to Tristan Buffkets. Back to Isaiah on the wing. Isaiah pops it for 3, and out in. That did not look like it was going in there for a second, but ends up falling in. 11-10, Park Tudor up. Great 3 by Isaiah Moore.
That was great ball by Park Tudor there.
As Sprague has the ball on the wing. Gives it to, but no, never mind. Sprague tries taking it up top. He tries giving it to also subbed in Newland, but ends up throwing the ball straight out of bounds. Park Tudor ball.
That was great pressure by Tristan there once again, causing a lot of turnovers for this Monrovia team.
Ronald Johnson has it, gives it to Spencer Hogue, who gives it to Isaiah Moore. Back to Ronald. Ronald to Hogue. Hogue to Tristan. Tristan has it. He drives, looks for the shot, doesn't take it. As he gives it to Hogue, who drives, doesn't take it. And it looks like Spencer just getting quick feet there, ends up traveling.
Coach Helton seems to be a little frustrated on that bench. Park Tudor has had 4 turnovers in that first quarter and had another one just now. He knows that his team can do better in this second quarter.
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt. As Newland takes the ball up, gives it to Sprague. Sprague out to McLeod. McLeod down low to Newman. Newman up on 3 people. Ends up getting fouled by, it looks like will be called on number 4, Spencer Hogue. That's going to be a second foul, as it looks like Micah Moore is going to check in the game for the senior. Great game thus far by Spencer Hogue, as he's been playing very aggressive and very well.
Micah Moore in these last couple games have done a spectacular job driving to the basket.
And Newman right there kicks it out to, great ball movement as Monrovia. 3 quick passes. McLeod ends up getting the ball down low and hitting the bucket over Gaddafi Honaker. 11-12, Park Tudor down, as Ronald Johnson takes the ball up. But on to your point, Micah Moore has done a great job driving, just a great job playing these past couple of games. Let's see how he does this game, as Isaiah Moore has the ball up top. Isaiah to his brother Micah. Micah swings it back to his brother. Isaiah, deep 3. No good, as it looks like Smith ends up pulling away with the rebound. Who gives it to Newman, who gives it to McLeod all the way up the court. Ends up not being able to get a shot, though. Who gives it to Sprague, who gives it to Newland for corner 3. No good. Overshot it to an air ball, as Micah Moore now has the ball. Picking it up the court, gives it to Ronald Johnson. Johnson drives the ball in, gets fouled. Going to be up for 2 shots.
Coach Sheldon seems a little bit frustrated with Micah Moore there, giving him a couple words. Ronald Johnson doing a spectacular job driving to the basket and getting his fouls. Tonight, he averages 8 free throws per game, but on a good night, he makes all 8 of those. And on a bad night, he gets about 50%. Once you said earlier, with a streaky free throw shooter.
As he does manage to knock that one down. 5:38 left in the quarter. Second, that is. Park Tudor Panthers up. Tie game. Ronald Johnson goes up for a second free throw. Now Park Tudor is up by 1 point, 13-12. As they continue with the press, Smith has the ball in, gives it up to Newland. Newland, tight defense by Micah Moore, ends up crossing him, but Micah Moore gets crossed, then gets a steal. That's how much of a hustler he is. Gives it up to Ronald Johnson in the corner, who gives it to Tristan, who gives it to Isaiah, who Isaiah goes for the shot, but ends up traveling, planting his feet well enough, as it's going to be Bulldogs ball.
That's the 6th turnover for tonight for Park Tudor right there. And Park Tudor needs to cut down in order to show their dominance in this game.
And Newman is going to have the ball, not Newland, as he gives it up to Sprague, and Sprague ends up traveling. And that was a lucky call for Park Tudor, as it looked like they were about to score a fast break shot right there. Isaiah Moore has the ball. Still no substitutions for Park Tudor. with a total of 11 minutes elapsing thus far this game. Arnold has the ball, gives it to Isaiah Moore. To Tristan. Oh, excuse me, Micah Moore did check in. But once again, like his former teammates, he gets a little ahead of himself and ends up traveling.
Well, definitely Park Tudor needs to start dribbling the ball a little more. That's three travels tonight, and that's unexcusable in order to make a state run into this tournament.
But there has currently been 4 consecutive turnovers in a row, back and forth by each team. Very sloppy ball so far this quarter. Hopefully both teams going to be able to pick it up.
Monrovia calls the timeout. 4:55 left in the second quarter. Park Tudor up 13-12. Let's take a look around the country for players from Park Tudor. Jaron Jackson averaging 11.4 points per game, 5.8, 1.2 assists per game. He's 4th in the NCAA with blocks, 3.3 blocks per game. Michigan State has a 27-3 overall record and 1st in the Big Ten. Jaron Jackson is projected 7th overall pick in the NBA draft. It could be an interesting time because Yogi Ferrell, who plays for the Mavericks, and the Mavericks have the 7th overall pick as of right now. And also, Trayvon Blewett, who's projected a late second-round pick, could be drafted to the Mavericks. 3 Park Tudor players could all be playing for the same team.
That could be history right there, as Jared might be able to go to the Maverick. And once again, another travel. This time it's going to be on Monrovia. Wow, there's just traveling all over the place. I thought spring break was coming up in a few weeks, not right now. And the ball is passed into Micah Moore as he gives it back to Ronald Johnson. Ronald Johnson drives the ball in, kicks it out to Micah Moore, who kicks it to Isaiah. Isaiah has the ball up top. Still a 2-3 zone being played by these Bulldogs. Micah drives it in, kicks it to Ronald, who kicks it to Tristan. 4-3. Short, almost good. Gaddafi rebound, or Gaddafi Honecker tries coming up with the rebound. Ends up being a good block out by, excuse me, not going to be an over-the-back call. It's actually going to be called on Ben Nagel for holding on to Gaddafi Honecker instead of letting him grab that rebound. Park Tudor ball, that's Ronald Johnson, takes it down under, gives it to Isaiah Moore. Isaiah to Micah, back to Isaiah. It's going to be out as Ronald drives, kicks it to Gaddafi down low. Gaddafi with the great post move, 15-12.
That's Gaddafi's shot. Whenever you get it into him in the paint, he loves that right-hand hook over players. He can dominate in that paint.
And Newman has the ball. Gives it to McLeod, who gives it back up top to Newland. Jeffrey has it. Drives, kicks it out to Smith as Smith walks before putting the ball.
That is the 3rd straight possession of walking for Monrovia. That's more Park Tudor showing a great defensive effort. Cole Greenwald coming back into the game for the first time, and Malachi Archie coming into the game. 2 great freshmen, and they're showing a lot of promise throughout their high school years.
And once again, Monrovia seems to be walking more than Forrest Gump at the end of his own movie. As Cole Greenwald has the ball up top. Gives it out to Malachi. Malachi has it on the wing. Swings it over to Micah, who swings it back to Cole. Cole back to Micah. Back to Cole. Cole drives. Kicks it out. 4-3 for Malachi. Doesn't end up taking it. Gives it back to Micah. Micah out to Tristan. Tristan drives it in. Great pass to Malachi. Bullet of a pass. No good. However, that ends up being Newman. Just the height ends up pulling down the rebound. As 3 defenders try and steal it from him. No good. Gives it to Smith, who dunks. Great dunk right there by the sophomore, Josh Smith. Great move right there.
Definitely, everyone thought that Tristan was going to come over and block that one, but it was a shocking turn of events with Monrovia dunking that possession.
As Park Tudor's only up 1 with 2:52 left in the second quarter. That's going to be a foul on Newman, though, as he tries to strip it away from Gaddafi Honecker, who holds onto it tightly. Park Tudor will take the ball out on the sideline.
Newman's been their dominant player this half, and when he goes out, Park Tudor needs to dominate right there. definitely size for Park Tudor, and Park Tudor will be able to drive it in because Newman has some height, and Park Tudor's scared to drive it in and being afraid to block, being blocked.
Once again, like you stated earlier, Park Tudor being intimidated by Monrovia is going to be one of their weaknesses because of how much bigger Monrovia is than Park Tudor. Cole Greenwald gives it out to Malachi, who gives it down low to Tristan. Tristan, oh! Tristan gets closer and closer by the shot, but can't seem to get one to fall. I feel bad for the kid. He has a great heart, great kid. Hopefully he gets one to fall by the end, as there's 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in this second quarter. Ball given to Smith. Smith to Nagel. Nagel out to Burton, who subs in for the first time this game, who gives it back to Smith, who gives it to Bantley. Bantley has it in the corner, tries driving. Double team by Tristan, and we got double teamed by Tristan and Micah. Tried to take it back out. Quite possibly, maybe, a traveling. Who knows, though?
Jeffrey Newland for Monrovia is getting taped up on the bench right now. He was immediately taken out right after he was put in, and seems to be on his right hand. Seems to be grabbing it on the bench.
Nagel has the ball, gives it out to Burton. Burton back to Nagel. Nagel back to Burton. Burton to Smith. Smith to Bantley. Bantley has the ball up top, tightly guarded by Micah Moore. Bantley tries driving, gets nowhere, gives it back out to Nagel. Nagel has it on the right wing, gives it down low to Newman. Newman goes up, and it is good, and that is the Bulldogs taking the lead back from the Panthers. As Malachi takes the ball up, gives it to Micah. Micah has it, gives it back to Malachi. Malachi almost gets it stripped, ends up not letting him. Tristan drives baseline, gives it to Gaddafi. Gaddafi goes in, ends up, that's going to be a foul on number 10, Brendan Burton. That'll be his first, as Gaddafi Honecker goes up for 2 shots.
That was a dangerous pass by Micah Moore there. It could have easily gotten stolen and taken back to.
Great awareness by Malachi, though, as Gaddafi hits his first free throw, tying the game up with 1:19 left in the second. And who do you think has been the MVP this first half for the Park Tudor Panthers?
Although Tristan has not been making the shots, defensively, he has kept Park Tudor in this game. Doing a spectacular job. Has 5 steals this whole game and showing a great effort.
That's right, he does have 6 combined steals/blocks this game. Great effort by Tristan Buffkits, as Gaddafi misses a second free throw. And that'll be Joe Williams subbing in. Monrovia playing a lot more of their bench. But just another air ball 3 by Newman in the corner. Tristan drives the ball. And one! Tristan drives the ball, coast to coast, hits the and one, finally gets his shot. It's about time.
Well, the crowd is going crazy for Tristan tonight. There's a lot more people here tonight than usual. They are excited to see these new players. They're excited for senior night. And there seems to be a resurgence of fans at these games.
And Tristan, he does miss his and one shot, though. But nonetheless, Park Tudor is up with 18-16 with less than a minute left. Gives it to Joe Williams. Joe Williams on the wing, no good on the 3. And Cole Greenwald drives the ball up, 45 seconds. Gives it out. Micah has it, ends up turning the ball over as Newman goes on the fast break. Ends up trying to cross up Cole Greenwald, doesn't do it. And that's going to be a foul on Cole Greenwald.
Park Tudor bailed Newman out that possession. Newman was out of control there. But that was a bit of a scandalous call right there. Park Tudor, Monrovia seemed to be getting away with the foul right there.
And Newman's going to be up for 2 shots now, as McLeod subs back in for Joe Williams. The scrappy Williams in and out of the game. And that won't be a shooting foul on Cole. That will be a passing foul, which is what I originally thought. 1 shot. Keep talking. Just keep talking. And now they're going to hold it up. Park Tudor air ball at Newman, alluding back to his last air ball 3 in the corner, trying to get in the star player's head. Ball is out, though. Back to Newman. Newman kicks it to Bantley. Bantley has it, gives it back to Newman. Newman drives on Tristan. And we're back live
so good.
here at Park Tudor. Tie game at the end of the first half, as we're going to get a quick interview from star fan Kevin O'Neill. Kevin, how you doing on this fine evening?
Gage, it's an honor to be on the podcast. I've been hearing rumors about it, hundreds of people tuning in every week, and finally to be able to win the raffle and get on here is crazy. The one thing I have to say is they need to shoot the ball more, and they need to get more players in. You see players tired out there when we have some of their best players like Eli Anderson wearing a hoodie still.
Exactly.
I don't know, maybe he's injured, but I think he really needs to get on the floor.
Well, you know, I think he might have tendonitis, or maybe he's just a little wimp. Got him.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right,
Already
well,
had a heartburn last week, and it
for
kept him out of practice. So
Exactly.
who knows what's keeping him out this time.
Well, thank you for taking this serious, unlike David McWilliams.
It's
who
been an
previously
honor.
had a
It's been an
broadcast.
honor.
Thank you very
David
much.
Williams was not good. Love you.
And we're back. Adam Katz, how are you doing?
Well, definitely Park Tudor had a great defensive performance in that first half. Offensively, they need a surge in the second half, once again, to show their dominance.
I think we had great buckets, great opportunities that first half. I just think we didn't capitalize as much as we should have. Still, if we continue playing like we played in the first half and actually start hitting our shots, the second half in the game should be a lock. As Bentley has the ball, kicks it out to Smith, who kicks it back to Nagel. Nagel to McLeod. McLeod down low to Newman. Newman back to McLeod for three. No good. Spencer Hogue gets the rebound. As Hogue drives it up, gives it on the fast break to Moore. Moore, layup, good. Quick bucket right out of the gate as Isaiah Moore with the great bucket as Newman has the ball, looking to take it up. Gaddafi Honecker on him.
That was great transition offense by Park Tudor, getting in open spaces, gave Isaiah that open lane for that easy bucket.
Bentley has the ball, and he kicks it. It's going to be Newman now. Newman drives. And that will be a foul called on number 15, Gaddafi Honecker, as Newman drive by a little body, Mike Gaddafi.
Well, Gaddafi, now he's not the tallest player in this team and will have to be guarding faster players. It'll be interesting come tournament time and how he deals with these faster players.
And while you gave that great analysis, Bentley hit the three, putting Monrovia up 21-20. As Spencer Hogue has the ball, gets it out to Ronald Johnson. Ronald Johnson has it up top. 2-3 defense still by these Bulldogs. As Isaiah Moore fakes a shot, takes one dribble in, hits a different three, no good. Monrovia pulls away with it. That'll be another rebound by Newman, who's really been playing a great game. It looks like Bentley has it, takes the double screen, gives it to McLeod. McLeod gives it to Smith. Smith, another travel.
That is the fourth travel in this game for since the second quarter. Monrovia just struggling very hardcore with their dribbling tonight.
That'll be not only double-digit turnovers now for Monrovia, but count them at 6 travels as Gaddafi Honecker has it, gives it back to Ronald Johnson. Ronald Johnson goes up with a shot, ends up getting fouled by Bentley. He'll be up with 2 shots as Park Tudor is down 20-21. And Ronald Johnson really playing a great game so far.
Well, definitely one thing he's been struggling very much on is his free throws. He's 2 for 4 tonight and going to the line once more.
And he hits his first free throw, 21-21. Back in 2014, that was a meme right there. I'm sure you remember that, the 21 kid. A lot of 21s. Number 21, Ronald Johnson up for his second shot. The shot's up, and it's good. 22-21, Park Tudor takes the lead. As they give it to Newman, the ball ends up getting tipped. It will be, ref still disputing whether it's Park Tudor or Monrovia ball. It's going to stick as Bulldogs ball, as Bulldogs are looking to take it up.
Well,
Bentley
Ron Johns was arguing with that ref that possession, hoping for a kickball violation.
Newman has it in the wing, kicks it up top to Bentley. Bentley guarded tightly by Isaiah Moore. Tries driving, gets nowhere. Ball given to Smith. Smith to Nagel. Nagel to Newman. Mismatch guarded by Spencer Hogue as he fouls him. Newman's going to be up for 2 free throws with 5:43 left in the third quarter.
Every time Newman gets the ball inside that post, it's a dangerous possession for Park Tudor. Park Tudor has to crash down on that ball, leaving open shots from Monrovia, and that's why they're still in this game right now.
Newman up for the first free throw, and it's good. Tie game. And second shot is up. No good, though. Hit short. Tie game. Park Tudor is tied as Isaiah Moore has the ball. Kicks it up to Spencer Hogue. Hogue has the ball, dribbling it up top. Gives it to Ronald Johnson. Who gives it back to Isaiah Moore. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, okay, never. Oh, sorry, the stream might have went off air there for a quick second. Sorry if the output is a little low right now. We're trying to get that resolved as Tristan has it. Gives it to Isaiah Moore. Isaiah gives it to Spencer Hogue. Hogue to Moore. Moore dribbling it up top. He seems to not get anywhere. Great defense, perimeter defense. But Isaiah Moore finally gets a 3 and hits it good. I spoke too soon. They hit the 3-point shot.
Well, Isaiah Moore created that possession on his own. He cut down into the corner and then back onto the wing, causing that open shot and drawing that defender down.
And once again, the stream looks like it's on track right now. Sorry if it gets a little shaky at times. Wi-Fi is pretty bad as McLeod has it, gives it to Smith. Smith to Bentley. Bentley drives, goes in for the layup, and it's good. Great drive by Bentley to make it a 1-point game. Park Tudor only up 1. As Isaiah Moore has the ball, gives it to Hogue. Hogue to Ronald Johnson in the corner. Gives it back to Hogue. Hogue drives. It's going to be an offensive foul, offensive foul
on Spencer Hogue. Seemed to be a little push off for Spencer on that possession. Spencer Hogue's been struggling tonight offensively. He hasn't been able to create his own shots and has had a couple turnovers. Defensively, he's done a great job, but these guards are getting this ball into Newman.
Regardless of what happens, though, it is Spencer's senior night. So hopefully he will pick up his game as, oh boy, Josh Smith hits a 3, putting Monrovia up 2 on the other end. Park Tudor goes down by 2 points midway through the third quarter.
Well, that was just a defensive lapse for Park Tudor there. They got an easy bucket inside, a easy pass inside, then giving them the shot. Going back around the league, around the country for Park Tudor players, Trayvon Blewett's averaging 19.2, 5.6 assists, rebounds, and 2.7 assists. He's leading the number 5 Xavier Musketeers, and he's on the wooden watch for all of the NCAA. He's projected a late second-round pick in the NBA draft, and his team is 25-4. Yogi Ferrell of the Dallas Mavericks, who are 18-4 right now, is averaging 10.2 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and 2.2 assists per game. On the 11th in February, he scored 20 against Houston. And lastly, Kobe Webster scoring 16.2 points per game, 4.1 rebounds per game, and 3.7 assists per game. And is leading the 12-14 Western Illinois.
And Ronald Johnson just gets the ball stripped for a turnover. However, Nagel just goes down low to Newman. It looks like they will turn over the ball, going Park Tudor's way. Great defense by Micah Moore and all of the Park Tudor boys. Isaiah Moore has the ball, dribbling it up top. Gives it to Ronald Johnson, who swings it to Micah, back up top to Ronald. Johnson drives, splits the defense, gives it to Tristan. Tristan hits a layup, tying the game back up with 3 minutes left in the third.
Well, definitely his confidence, after he made that first shot, his confidence level on offense has shooted up into the roof.
Nagel has the ball and ends up just turning it over. Going to be Park Tudor's ball again. That'll be, count it, the 12th turnover by these Monrovia Bulldogs.
Definitely that's Park Tudor's defense right there. Has caused a lot of, with Tristan back in the lineup, they've caused a lot of pressure to these Monrovia dribblers.
Ball given to Isaiah Moore, who gives it to Micah. Micah drives. Gives it to Tristan, who gives it back to Micah. Micah to Tristan on the left wing, who gives it to Gaddafi on the free throw line, who swings it over to Ronald Johnson, driving baseline, goes up for the shot, gets a body by Newman, goes for the line for 2 shots. And if he hits one of these, he'll take the lead. Both of them be up by 2, as it is a tie game with 2:49 left in the third quarter.
Ronald Johnson
goes
goes up.
No good.
Ronald Johnson, great penetration on that, driving down on the end of that line and causing that foul. This game has been showing that he will not slow down his aggression. That was one of the questions for tonight. Will Micah Moore and Ronald Johnson show more aggression tonight with Tristan and Isaiah back in the lineup?
Well, they have been showing they want to keep their spots on this team, even though we have 2 studs coming back on this team for the first time tonight, as Ronald Johnson misses both free throws. Like we said, tonight doesn't look to seem an on night. Hopefully he keeps driving, though, doesn't get discouraged, as Bentley has the ball. Kicks it to McLeod. McLeod down low to Newman. Newman does a spin move and goes up. Now he will go up for 2 shots after the foul on, it appears to be Tristan Buckets.
Ron Johnson seems to be very frustrated with himself after missing that second free throw. Park Tudor tied with Monrovia, but obviously should be in the lead by them a lot.
However, as good of a game as Park Tudor has been playing and not being able to capitalize, Monrovia has been playing just as good of a game, and you have to give them some credit. They're holding in there with all the momentum on Park Tudor's side coming into this game, as so much was on the line. And Newman goes and misses both of his free throws. So back-to-back, 2 free throws missed by both teams as Isaiah Moore has it. Pops a 3. No good, brick. And Tristan gets the offensive rebound, though. Drives it down low. Does the Euro step. Goes in. Hits the bucket. Call him Tristan Buckets as he hits another one.
Well, Tristan's offensive effort in the second half is resilient. Showing a great effort by the team.
Bentley has the ball. And Josh Smith deep for 3. It hits a 3 right back, goes back up 1. Josh Smith being the saving grace for them this game, as Newman hasn't been having as great of a game as normal.
That just killed all the momentum for Park Tudor, that shot.
Ronald Johnson has the ball, kicks it to Isaiah Moore. Who kicks it to Micah. Micah drives baseline, goes up for the shot. No good. Tristan almost gets the offensive rebound. Newman pulls it down, though, with strength as he gives it up to Bentley. Braden Bentley is driving up the ball. Excuse me, you were saying something, Adam? As Bentley has it. Gives it up. Down low to Newman. Newman tries to do a spin move. Ends up getting double teamed, but leaves the subbed in Sprague wide open for 3. Hits another one. Monrovia goes up 4 with a minute left in the third quarter.
The scouting report did not do Monrovia their pleasures. Monrovia, a spectacular shooting performance tonight, but usually very off. They're 33% three-point shooting team.
And Ronald Johnson just almost hits a floater, doesn't go in. However, the ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Park Tudor. Going to be Monrovia ball.
Well, that was a questionable call at the start. It was obviously off Tristan, and great call by the refs there.
Ball given up to Smith. Smith ends up trying to pass it back to Sprague, gets it stripped. Gaddafi Honecker hits the and 1 shot. Park Tudor has momentum back, 43 seconds left. Down 31-33 as Gaddafi Honecker goes on the line for 1 shot.
Well, going into this fourth quarter, it seemed to be that Monrovia had so much momentum. And with that steal by Micah Moore, hustle player of the team, it gave Park Tudor that momentum back.
Gaddafi Honecker has the ball. Hits, goes up for the free throw, and it's good. 32-33. Park Tudor takes the lead back. Gaddafi Honecker 2 for 3 for free throw tonight. They put on the press again, almost stolen by Tristan, but Josh Smith ends up giving it up to Newman. Newman drives, goes up for the layup. Jump ball is going to be called. Great defense by Micah Moore, the smallest man on the court. Park Tudor ball, 34 seconds left.
His size has not shown them in this court. Due to his strength, he's been able to guard bigger players this whole season.
His height will always be a factor, but he's made it an even smaller factor as the season has progressed. Once again, most improved him and Malachi Archie have really stepped it up this season. Great to see what they've done. As it looks like Park Tudor's going to hold the ball with 20 seconds as Ronald Johnson dribbles it up top. Gives it to Micah. Micah has the ball. Gives it back to Ronald Johnson. Johnson has it, 10 seconds left. Swings it to Isaiah Moore. Isaiah on the left wing. 8 seconds. Screen by Gaddafi. Gives it back to Ronald Johnson. Open for 3. No good on the shot. 2 seconds left. McLeod's just going to hold it as time expires. Park Tudor down 1, 32-33 at the end of the third quarter.
Park Tudor seemed to be getting a little more comfortable with themselves in that quarter, scoring 13 points, and in the first half they had 18 points in total. Defensively, Monrovia's been getting it inside, and Newman's been taking over in the post. Upcoming games for Park Tudor and Monrovia. Park Tudor plays Shortridge in the first round of sectionals on the 27th at Speedway High School, while Monrovia plays Cloverdale, which is a spectacular team, number 2 in 2A, and it'd be a tough matchup for the Monrovia. Cloverdale has had one player last year who graduated and went to Indiana State, and he was the largest scorer and most scorer in all of Indiana history, and he's done a spectacular job at Indiana State. As a freshman, he upsetted IU in that first game. Cloverdale last year knocked out Park Tudor.
Well, Cloverdale is going to be, Monrovia almost needs this win for momentum. However, Park Tudor will be so deflated if they have everything going for them this game and they lose. This is a must-win game for both teams, and whoever wins this game is going to have all the momentum on their side going into sectionals, as this conference matchup has proven to maybe go down as an all-time classic, as it's a one-point game going into the fourth quarter.
Both teams are coming off 4-game winning streaks, and they haven't played teams that are as good as these two teams, and it's interesting to see both teams playing their level of play.
Ball is given up that's going to be Banley, who passes it down low to Newman, who hits the shot. 35-32. Monrovia goes up by 3 again, as Isaiah Moore has the ball. Screen by Tristan, he uses it. Ends up driving left, gets nowhere. Passes it out to Tristan. Tristan has it, guarded tightly by Bantley. Gives it up to Ronald Johnson. Ronald has it, drives, kicks it to Tristan. Tristan drives baseline, kicks it to Gaddafi Honecker, who goes up strong, hits the layup, and it's good.
Great penetration by Tristan there, causing that bucket.
And Park Tudor continuing with their full court press as they are down 1. 7 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Once again, great game. If you're watching, you know somebody who could enjoy it, tell them to get on the stream. Let's make this big, let's make this momentous finisher one that many people see. As right now, McLeod drives in from the wing and goes all the way to the bucket, gets fouled, almost an and one, but misses the layup. He's going to shots.
Well, that was one of the questions coming into this game, was if Tristan was going to be able to guard guards throughout this tournament, and he does not have the speed for guarding guards, although he is a shooter and plays like a guard offensively.
And that's McLeod out but in on his first free throw. He hits it, but he misses the second one short. However, Newman gets a rebound and has a putback shot, putting Monrovia up for just a lack of boxing out right there by Park Tudor. Isaiah Moore brings the ball up, down 4. That's going to be a carry by Isaiah Moore. Looks like Monrovia has a lot more momentum back on their side with 6:46 left in the fourth quarter. Park Tudor down 4.
Well, this fourth quarter, Park Tudor's not having as much penetration into that lane. It'll be interesting to see the rest of this quarter and how they drive in.
And Newman takes it coast to coast and hits a layup. Monrovia up 6. Isaiah Moore has the ball though. Kicks it out to Tristan. Tristan Buffkits has it. Buffkits back to Moore. Moore to Johnson. Johnson drives, kicks it to, that's going to be Micah. Micah to his brother Isaiah with a deep 3. No good though. Risky shot to be that deep instead of moving the ball a little more. As Bantley now is going to take up the ball, slowing up the pace a lot. As Bantley wide open for three. It's good. They go up 9 points on the quick run. They've gone on an 8-0 run at the beginning of the fourth quarter with 2:04 so far in this quarter. 5:56 left. Boy.
Monrovia has been able to dominate into the paint and giving Newman a lot of open shots. And now that Newman has given his presence into that paint, open shots are falling for Monrovia. They're shooting a spectacular percentage from three this whole half. There seems to be a lot less momentum going for Park Tudor into this final section of this game, and Park Tudor needs to gain a lot of momentum.
So what better to get the fans back into it than throwing them candy rolls? What do you think Park Tudor's key to coming back in this game will be?
Well, they need to make shots, and they need to defend Newman. Park Tudor not driving it in right now, get easier shots than they're shooting. They seem to be lacking that and only shooting the outside shots. Also, they need to stop Newman. Newman's getting into the paint too often, and they're letting him drive in. Gaddafi Honecker needs to size up against him in order for us to come back into this game.
Well, momentum is a big part of basketball. We've talked about it all game. With the team who needs to win this will have momentum on their side going into sectionals. Right now, the momentum in this game lies in Monrovia's lap. Let's see how Park Tudor capitalizes on it. Ball pass into Spencer Hogue. Hogue has it. Checking back in for Micah Moore. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson to Moore. Moore to Johnson. Johnson tries driving. And Johnson carries the ball. That'll be the second carry in a row by a Park Tudor player, second turnover in a row. As Park Tudor as the Bulldogs have the ball with 5:43 left in the game. And Bentley has it. Bentley gives it to Schroeder, just subbed in, who then gives it to Smith, and Smith has it in the corner. Smith pops a three in the corner, and it's good. Up 12 points now. Park Tudor looking to struggling, badly needing a bucket on this possession. Isaiah Moore has it.
Well, once again, Park Tudor's trying to pack it in right now so Newman can't get the ball, but that also leaves open a lot of threes for Monrovia, and they're just hitting right now.
Tristan has it down low. Goes for the reverse layup, hits it. It's going to be a 10-point lead still by Monrovia. 5 minutes left as Coach Shelton takes a 30-second timeout.
Tomorrow at the Indianapolis Natatorium, Alex Gregory, who broke the Park Tudor record for the 100 men's butterfly, will be fighting for that state championship. Also, coming in March, Peter Pan the Play, directed by Nicole Tremblay, the acting and directing teacher that Gage and I both have. And I heard there's people flying. There are people flying.
That is unbelievable to think how much Park Tudor's theater program has come. People are going to fly. Unbelievable show. Make sure to check it out. Also, April 22nd, there's going to be a three-man show performed by Adam Katz, Gage Hawley, and Eli Anderson called Fakespeare. Check it out. It's going to be amazing. Written by all three of us, directed by all three of us, as Josh Smith has the ball. 5 minutes left in the game. Gives it to Newman on the fast break. Newman up to McLeod. McLeod gets a bucket. They go back up 12 points as Spencer Hogue has the ball.
That was just an easy bucket there that Park Tudor gave up.
Johnson has it. 4:47 left. Gets it stripped though. Turnover as McLeod goes on a fast break. Gets it stripped though by Isaiah Moore. Still going to be Monrovia's ball. Park Tudor needs to do something quick.
Monrovia at this point could hold the ball for the rest of this game. And Ronald Johnson seems a little frustrated walking back to that bench as Malachi Archie gets into this game.
Ball's given to Newman, who has it. Almost get double team, but Gaddafi Honecker playing tight defense on him. And now another carry. These refs are loving to call these carry calls, as you very rarely see them in high school games.
Definitely they've been easy calls for these refs tonight.
Tristan has it, gives it to Hogue. Hogue gives it to Gaddafi Honecker for mid-range, and it's good. 10-point game. Still double digits, but Park Tudor needed that. Smith has the ball. Gonna get double teamed but ends up giving it to McLeod, who gives it to Newman. Newman drives. Newman! Oh! Could have been a charge. Great defense by Malachi, who could have taken that charge and ended up calling it a body foul. The fans are not happy about that one.
Well, definitely, he seemed to be set there, and the ref was a little bit hoping for a call for and one right there, and trying to cheer on that away team.
And of course, it's going to be Newman, who missed his last 2 free throws, up for 2 more, hits the first one, goes back up 11 with 4:12 left in the game.
Defensively right now, Park Tudor seems to have no answers for Monrovia. Monrovia's been breaking that press completely.
And it looks like Isaiah Moore is going to be checked out of the game. Coach not happy. As Micah subs in for him. Newman with the second free throw. Short. Tristan pulls down the rebound. It's going to go on a fast break drive. Coast to coast. And it's good. Tristan finding his offensive flow. Showing that he belongs on this varsity team at Park Tudor. Ball given up though. And it's an over and back call. They give it up to number 31, Jalen Sprague, who ends up taking it, catching it over half court, taking it back, not thinking it was over.
This is still a ball game. Park Tudor only down 9 with 4 minutes left, and Park Tudor can cut this down to 6 or.
Well, this is an important possession right here, as it's every one for Park Tudor for the rest of the game. Micah drives the ball, almost gets it stripped. Gaddafi Honecker gets it though. No good. Foul on Tristan Buckets as Smith pulls down the rebound. They're going to be in the bonus now. That is the Bulldogs, as Smith is going to go up for the 1-and-1 shot. Park Tudor down to 9, 3:44 left in the game.
That's just a frustration foul by Tristan after that possession.
And
Tristan
there he
seems to be
goes
going out.
with 4 fouls in this game. Coach upset at that foul. The fans are currently singing SpongeBob SquarePants theme song as Josh Smith still manages to hit the first free throw, putting the lead back into double digits, 50-40. Monrovia up. Second shot for Smith. Up, and it's good. 11-point lead as Isaiah Moore has the ball. Park Tudor looking to play fast plays, fast pace, good shots. Gives it up to Isaiah. Isaiah back to Malachi. Malachi drives in with the layup, no good, as Newman tries to pull down the rebound, ends up not being able to hold on to it. Park Tudor ball, 3:30 left in the game, down 11. Park Tudor needs to do something really quick. And I know I've said that all game, but now it's crucial that we get a bucket soon. As Gaddafi Honecker goes up for the jump shot, misses. Micah Moore gets the rebound, tries giving it to Malachi. Ball tipped off his fingers, and that's going to be another turnover for your Park Tudor Panthers.
Shelton seems to be going down deep into the bench and once more. Fresh with Micah after that last turnover.
Bentley has the ball. Gives it up to Smith. Smith to Nagel. Nagel to McLeod. To McLeod. McLeod to Smith. Smith to Bentley. Looks like Monrovia is just holding the ball now. But no, Bentley drives. Kicks it back out to Newman, who drives. Newman passes it to Smith in the corner. Smith open for 3. No good, as Isaiah Moore gets it on a 4-1 fast break. Ends up shooting it himself. Hits the layup. 9-point game. And it's good. And Newman has the ball. He's driving. Gives it up, though, to McLeod. McLeod ends up traveling. Park Tudor, 9-point game. 2:45 left. Tristan subs back in the game for Malachi Archie. And Spencer Hogue has the ball. Gives it to Cole Greenwald. Greenwald to Tristan, who drives baseline, goes in for the shot. No good, ends up getting tipped though. Great defense by Monrovia. As now Hogue and Tristan try and double team Newman, who's just too much taller than him. Smith on the fast break, jacks up a crazy shot, gets his own rebound, jacks up another crazy shot, another block, and they finally call the foul on Park Tudor as McLeod will go up for 2 shots. The fans booing so loudly right now seem to be upset with all the events that just transpired.
And Mr. Vaughn, even on the section side, even calling that a travel, it was definitely a travel, and he's into this game.
He needs to be, being our headmaster, a huge supporter of the team, very upset at the refs that are working at Park Tudor tonight. McLeod up for his first shot. Off the back rim and in. That'll be a 10-point game again with 2 minutes left. Park Tudor, unless a miracle happens, struggling right now. 11 points as he hits both free throws. How do you think, if Park Tudor loses, how do you think they will be able to comprehend, or how do you think their mindset will be going against Shortridge? As Gaddafi puts up a mid-range, no good. It's going to stay Park Tudor ball. And like I said, Adam, how do you think Park Tudor's mindset's going to be going into Shortridge if they lose this first game?
Well, definitely they're going to have a lot more fire, and they're going to come out a lot stronger. They didn't come out, and their third quarter performance needs to be a lot better.
Tristan Buffkets misses a 3-point shot. 10 points this game, so he ended up having a very good game as McLeod drives, ends up getting no good. Park Tudor seems to have just given up at this point as Newman gets the rebound and puts back the layup. 13-point game. And Isaiah driving the ball up with the layup, and it's good. Park Tudor
calling once more timeout. All this game seems to get out of reach. Park try and cut this down with less than a minute left and try and foul Newman, who's been struggling from the line. That's the only chance of victory at this point. Park Tudor this whole game has done a spectacular job driving it in, but their defensive effort has been very poor.
It would take a miracle on College Avenue for Park Tudor to pull this one off. As Monrovia has some momentum going into their game against Cloverdale, who is looking very well this season. And of course, full court press by Park Tudor. Gives the ball to Newman, who is fouled right away. That will be on Isaiah Moore, his second of the game. 1-1 by Newman, as Park Tudor really just lost control of the game going into the fourth quarter. Newman up, and he hits his first free throw, putting it a 12-point game.
Well, Park Tudor had a great first half effort, just did not show signs of hustle in that second half. Tristan Buffkin, who's played this whole game except for 1 minute, has shown that he still has a lot of energy.
And of course, Tristan dumping it off to Gaddafi Honecker, who misses the layup after Newman did hit both of those free throw shots. Tight pressure. Doesn't look like they're trying to foul, though, as they know the game. Looks out of the reach. They are still playing good to play tight defense, though. Ball is given to McLeod. McLeod almost stolen by Tristan. Goes in for the layup. No good. Oh, Tristan just suffered a low blow. He's walking it off, though.
He seems to be holding it. He's been a true act about it.
Real trooper. Tough kid. Newman has the ball up top. Looking like they're just trying to hold it. Give it up to Bentley, who gives it back to Newman. Foul on Gaddafi Honecker. This is going to be the double bonus now for Newman. 13-point game, 1:11 left.
Well, Park Tudor needs to have a lot more chemistry in this Shortridge game in order to get very far in this tournament.
Well, definitely. So much has changed in this short period of time, and it all came crashing down at once. It's good that Park Tudor was able to get in one game as Newman hits both those free throws before having to go straight into sectionals. And I was also talking to Tristan about it. He said he was very happy that they got to play a team like Shortridge and not have to go straight in with the toughest team in their sectional. As Park Tudor, Isaiah Moore misses a mid-range shot. And another bucket by McLeod. But Cole Greenwald, corner three, no good off the rim. And speaking of McLeod, right now, this Monrovia team is on cloud 9. Timeout. Looks like it's going to be taken by Park Tudor, their last. 40 seconds left. Looks like coach is going to tell them to play tight defense, but not to foul.
Well, this is just, it's a little sad for Park Tudor because so many people came in with hope for this team, and this chemistry needs to blow up by the end of this. By by Wednesday in order to make a state run. Let's just put this, our team needs to put this behind them, look back on this game, and then look into the future.
I think the biggest thing Park Tudor needs to do in order to have a chance not only against Shortridge, but in their sectional, is if they're able to, like you said, put this game behind us. Because I know a lot of these guys, and they're very passionate about this game. And a rough loss like this will hit them hard going into a tournament like the sectionals.
This is a passionate team. They care very greatly. All of this team is coming back next year besides for Spencer Hogue. And next year is going to be spectacular for Park Tudor. They're going to come out strong, and they're going to win a lot of games.
Oh, definitely. Next season isn't even going to parallel what they have done this season. Not to say that they haven't had success. Great coaching by Coach Chelton all throughout this season. Monrovia has the ball. Looks like they're just going to hold it. Park Tudor's not going to go up and pressure them. Last 30 seconds. Looks like the final score is going to be 61-44. Monrovia wins it by 17.
This is Adam Katz and Gage Holly.
And we are signing out. We'll see you Wednesday night for the first game of sectionals, Park Tudor versus